All right, everyone, we are live on a Friday afternoon. And whether you're watching the replay or you are joining me live, this is Simon Lovell calling and videoing from the studio in San Diego, author of the new Encyclopedia of Modern Fitness Business Building. Also, make sure that you head to fitpreneurs.com, where on there you will see 10K in 10 days series, as well as lots of webinars, blog posts, content for you to immerse yourself in this amazing industry of helping people change their lives. Now, again, if you are watching live, please post into the comments below and let me know where you are calling from, viewing from. I got my meditation t-shirt on today. This is actually, I got this at the Chopra Center, which is just actually up the road in San Diego. Fantastic place to just chill out and go and do your spiritual work, whatever you're up to. Now, in this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about one-to-one personal training and the death of one-to-one personal training. And I know that this is probably going to spark a bit of a debate, which is totally fine on a Friday afternoon, but hey, here you go. With a view to maybe give a different perspective, but ultimately with the goal of helping to, maybe re-educate, give you a different perspective on maybe how you want to take your business to the next level. Joe, welcome. Let me know where you're from, Joe, and anyone else who's watching. I would love to open this discussion with you guys. So yeah, we're going to be talking about one-to-one personal training today. We're going to be talking about growing a business. We're going to be talking about some of the frustrations that you guys may be facing throughout the training career, and some commonalities that I see. You know, a lot of these videos that I produce, guys, are based on data. I look at application forms, accountability forms with clients, and I just look at commonalities, I look at themes and then start to bring up these topics to help you guys move forward wherever you are in your business. We all are in a timeline of our businesses. I'm in a timeline of my business right now. Okay, I'm going through some turbulent times and ups and downs. Well, it's called running a business and growing, right? So we all we all go through those ups and downs, but maybe you're just starting in the industry. So to be able to help me help you, post into the comments and let me know, where are you in your business? Are you 3 years in running a studio? You've just qualified and you haven't got your first client yet? That's going to really help me to help you steer, me to steer the content for you today. Whatever you're up to this weekend, whether you're having fun, it's a beautiful day in San Diego. I'm probably going to go take that little sleeping puppy down there for a walk in just a few moments. I'd love to know what you're up to and make this an interactive show for you. So post into the comments below. Are you currently doing one-to-one personal training, or do you mainly do things in a group environment? Are you doing only online? The more that I know about you, the better. James, hello, welcome. James Keating, where are you from? Let's make this an interactive show. So, if you don't know, I'll just do a little talk, a mini talk about Fitpreneurs. If you've not been exposed to Fitpreneurs for any length of time, then Fitpreneurs is a business development coaching mentorship business, but it's also a self-development company. So in my own experience in my life with growing businesses and helping loads and loads of personal trainers grow and get to the next level, then we need to look at mindset and we need to look at the business to be able to create ascension and growth. And the biggest thing that holds most people back is this, because even if you have a great strategy, what holds most people back is fear. What holds most people back is self-doubt. What holds most people back is the thoughts that they have moving forward. So what helps us get amazing results with our coaching clients is working on the mindset piece individually, along with the strategy and producing offering a formula. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about one-to-one personal training. Now, before I go into this, I just want to say that, do I believe that one-to-one personal training is bad? Absolutely not. No, of course it's not. When I was taught when I was taught back in before I qualified as a trainer in 2005, I qualified. I went to Cyprus for 3 months, and I got taught based on that model of working one-to-one with clients. But what we have to do here, guys, is we have to get a clear separation, okay? A very clear separation of, are you wanting to grow a business, okay? Or do you want to have a job working with people, okay, one-to-one? So, for example, if you've got this desire of this income in this company that helps a lot of people, okay, and you're creating more and more impact, then you're going to get into a time trap where you cannot possibly do everything on your own and potentially hit your income goals, because the more and more hours that you do, okay, every single client that you sign up one-to-one, it's increasing your workload. And I've got a calculator to show with you, which you can actually access for free on the website to help show this and explain this. So let's look at it from different perspectives. If you're in a position where you just want to work one-to-one with a handful of clients and be paid, $3,000, $5,000 a month, and you're okay with that, I'm not saying that that's wrong. But in the true theme of Fitpreneurs, there's a complete segment of those that want to grow a business and want to work with clients one-to-one, okay? Now, if, for example, so what we do at Fitpreneurs is we help implement a business model which is scalable, okay? The next thing is sometimes there's a belief system around one-to-one. Is it true that you can't get still amazing results in a group environment? Fitpreneurs is a group program, okay? We have clients in a group environment. Why is that great? Because we're actually building a community. And when there's group calls happening where people are asking questions, other people are learning from those things, which means that other people go, oh my God, I can do that too. So a group environment, a group model online or offline, it actually facilitates the building of a community, which is really positive, because then people go, well, I can do that too, or here's a result and here's something I've expressed. So going into a group environment is incredibly powerful, but a lot of people struggle with making the shift. Why? Because there's certain beliefs there. What will my clients think if I move and I suggest going into a group environment? Or even if I do start having people invest in a group environment, then well, I'm going to have to charge a completely different amount. Therefore, I may as well just do one-to-one. So there's lots of mindset pieces that come up in the transition of going to a group environment. So if we look at, for example, your earning potential and where you want to get financially, okay, if you look at the goal that you want to hit and you want to ascend your income every single month, okay, then you're going to reach a point in the business where you still desire earning more money, but because it's every time you take on a new client one-to-one, it removes you what you actually want, which is freedom. So we all want freedom. We want to do what we want when we want, okay? That's a big desire for a lot of people. So there's two conflicting beliefs here, okay? You've got, I want to have freedom, and I want to take on more clients and earn more money, which is totally fine. But it doesn't work together. You can't have both, because the more your income goes up, the more you remove yourself from the very thing that you want. Therefore, moving and shifting from one-to-one into the semi-private business model, which is what we teach at Fitpreneurs, is critical. I'm not a fan of the bootcamp model, I'll be honest with you. I think if clients have one-on-one clients, then it should be super high-end. So grouping people together is much better to build a community. So one of the common themes that comes up a lot on applications to work with Fitpreneurs is, well, I've got a problem with time management. I don't have any time. I need to earn more money. Okay, I'm burnt out. I need to I need to pay my bills. All of these things. So just understand that the incorrect, even though you may be driven, even though you may be passionate, even though you may be great at what you do, the wrong business model with the right person, okay, is not going to yield the result that we want. So it's very important that you make a decision and you go, do you know what, I actually really want to do one-to-one, and that's what I'm really passionate about, but also be okay with the income and the results from that model, Okay, because truth be told, in business generally, not just in the personal training industry, there are hundreds of different business models. Okay, some are freaking awful and they don't give any freedom and they just don't allow for certain things, and others are more efficient. So we have to look at efficiency. If you look at personal training and working with clients, you have to look at this too. There are really efficient ways of getting results, and then there are some not as efficient ways to get results. So if we actually translate this from the personal training with clients physically and working with clients, it's the same for your business. Exactly the same for your business. So the first thing I would say to anyone watching is make a decision. Instead of getting frustrated with wherever people are, the truth is most likely they're doing the bigger numbers and they have the business that you want because they've been willing to get the help and implement the business model that you most likely don't want to implement. Okay? So make that decision, because really, truth be told, until you make that decision, you're always going to be frustrated with should I, shouldn't I? The results come when we start by making that firm decision. Okay? Post into the comments below. I love your thoughts on this. Are you torn between the business model? Are you confused? Were you taught something at training school and you're running with something you know that isn't working for you, but you're afraid to make the change? Okay, maybe you've been comfortable for a while. Hey, Michael. So the reason I say death of one-to-one is because there's so much freaking desire of, Simon, I want this. Like, I'm reaching out to fitpreneurs because I'm desiring this bigger income, but I'm doing this. And then when I say, listen, we need to make that change and we want to move forward, most people aren't willing to take the steps. I've actually put a brand new free training together with talking about a model of, in fact, one of my clients, his name's Brandon. He came to me working for a big box gym, and he was earning about $1,000 a month, and he went to $11,212 in 30 days. How was that possible? Well, first of all, we had to get him to overcome his fear, and then we gave him a new model to follow. Okay? But it's the accountability, it's the follow-through on that that's really important. Now, and so when you see the stories, if you're watching this and you see these stories of exponential growth and you're like, well, how does that even happen? The truth is, it's a better system. Okay, it's a better system, and this gets helped out with the right coaching to be able to implement that, because most people don't follow through and take the step because there's some kind of fear in the way and they don't want to take the step because it's scary, and someone has to drag your ass through, just like you working with a client, and most of the time they're not getting results because they're just doing what is comfortable to them, but then when you stretch them outside of their comfort zone, they suddenly get a change and go, wow, this is a new standard for me. So just understand that a lot of the conditioning around the industry, which is what I was taught actually when I got qualified as a trainer, was the standard thing. Sell sessions, sell blocks, sell time, and do one-to-one. Okay, but that's not, it's teaching you how to make money, and it's teaching you how to make maybe 30, 50,000 a year. It's not teaching you how to build a scalable, leverageable business. Now, I'm not saying that, when you run a group model, okay, that you're not, I'm not saying that when you run a group model that you're not still going to work your ass off. That's not what it's about, because as a fitpreneur, as someone who wants to grow a business, you should want to work, right? I love to do what I do. Like this, no one has to ask me to jump on Facebook Live and provide value and do that. It comes naturally to me. I want to do it. This is not, I don't see this as something taken away from me. I love it just as much as mostly likely you do by helping people. But what I will say is that service delivery time goes down, okay? But you've got to be willing to make some alterations and get some help around that. So, when you qualify, when you get your badge, when you get your certification as a trainer, sell one-to-one personal training, sell blocks, and go into a gym, maybe go on a cruise ship to start. I can remember that offer. Go to a cruise ship to start, go into a gym, pay rent, and then for some, you go through that, and then you don't want to pay rent to someone, and then you decide that you want your own studio and you want your own space. Understanding that when you shift into that, then you've got to get your own leads, your own clients, and then suddenly you become a freaking business owner. All right? That's the truth. So when it comes to actually putting the business hat on, Well, some people are taught some strategies on, hey, here's some lead generation strategies. You've got to have the right business model that supports it. I was actually speaking to someone very recently who is a nutrition expert, and we have a nutrition program called Nutrition Mastery. And she said to me, Simon, this one-to-one is zapping me of my energy. You know, it's just draining me, and it takes so much time. It doesn't only take so much time, it takes so much energy. Like right now, I'm on video and I'm talking to you, and I'm hopefully offering some kind of value, and you're finding it useful, but I'm expending energy. Now, so if you're working out with clients and you're working with them one-to-one all throughout the day, okay, not only is that time that you're spending, but you're giving so much of yourself during those hours, and that's where the burnout happens. It's not the time. It's the expending of the energy. You're giving so much of yourself, and for many of you, you don't feel yourself back up again. So, by moving to a semi-private model, and check out the trainingfitpreneurs.com/triple, I actually give out the framework around a much better model, and this is what we actually help our clients, and we coach our clients through to actually hold them accountable to be able to get to that next level. And you can see many of the case studies and the results over at Fitpreneurs and Head to Breakthroughs on that. Now, I want to share with you guys, post in the comments below if you've got any questions. I would love your thoughts and ideas and perspective on this. I want this to be an open discussion around this. And you don't have to agree with me. I'm just giving you my perspective based on the results that I've gotten for myself and also the results that I've gotten for my clients, and that's all I can do. But, everyone has their own perspective. Everyone has their own business models, and it would be good to find out from you. Are things working for you right now? Are you happy? Are you happy with the growth? Are you happy with how things are moving along? So let me just share my screen here. So here I put together this. Let me just move this to one side. I put together this calculator, which is the personal training earnings calculator. And on it, you can actually go to fitpreneurs.com/personal-training-earnings-calculator. If you can remember that. You can go to the website, head to the blog, and you'll see it in one of the blog posts, or type into the search. And in it here, you can put your one-to-one session rate. So maybe that's $50 a session. How many hours a day do you train? Well, maybe you train 6 hours a day. How many days a week do you train? Maybe you train 5 days a week. What's your semi-private rate for 12 weeks? Maybe that's 1,000, for example. So I'll put that up at 1,000. What's the group size? Maybe you have 6 in a group. Okay. How many semi-private sessions do you run per day? Maybe that's 4. And so you can play around with these numbers. And then how many days per week do you train semi-private? 5 days a week. And then what we can see here is it will tell you what are you going to earn one-to-one. Okay. Projected earnings weekly, monthly, and then look at the time. Hours worked 30, monthly, and then yearly. And then it will tell you if you do a hybrid, mixed semi-private and one-to-one, then it's going to tell you the earnings yearly. Okay, and then if you just do, for example, semi-private. Now this is with this is working on your own. Okay, so you can look at the massive reduction in hours here. Okay, based on the numbers that you can play around with. I also put together another calculator, which has a target income calculator. So you can actually put in what your target income is. Maybe you want to earn 100,000 a year, and that's under fitpreneurs.com/personal-training-target income generator. I'll put the links into the comments after the live's over for you guys. So you can put, maybe you want to earn 200,000 a year. Okay, maybe that's a goal for you. And then you can actually put in your monthly overhead. What's your closing ratio? Maybe you close 50% of your people you see. What's your one-to-one rate? Maybe it's $50 a session. What's your semi-private rate for a 12-week? What's your maximum group size for a semi-private? And how many hours are you willing to train a day? And then what it's going to do is it's going to break down some numbers for you. okay, based on one-to-one, based on semi-private, and all of those things. Now, further down here, you can actually start to work out, and this also looks at the burnout zone. So when you're working at over 8 hours, you're typically going to start to reach a burnout. So you can look at here, scaling your business too. Okay, so how do you scale beyond a solo fitpreneur? You can put in different numbers and metrics here. So for example, here it shows you based on the data that you put in this field at the bottom, if you added a trainer, okay, if you added another trainer to your business, how much you'd pay them, okay, it's going to tell you the numbers based on how many active clients you would need and transformations you would need to do that. So that kind of that can help you from a numbers perspective, just to give you the actual data. Mark says, I think we get so used to one-on-one coaching and don't know how to transition into semi-private coaching. I think we get blinkered into a semi-private session and how it looks like. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that we do at Fitpreneurs, is help to make that transition, because that transition is sometimes it has a lot of fear associated to it. How do you group people together? How many people do you have? Or what would clients say if you move them across? One thing I'm going to say is that what you believe in your head versus reality is often not true. So sometimes we start to think, well, clients won't like it if I say that I want to move them into a group environment. And truth be told, some clients are not a fit to go out of one-to-one into a semi-private group setting. Okay. However, what you will find is that clients who are a fit for it actually prefer it over the one-to-one, because they do get part of a community. They do can maybe get more sessions in. They can start training more frequently, because maybe you can add and do unlimited over the course of a week, where it's 3 or 4 or 5 sessions, instead of selling and offering 1 or 2 sessions a week. When truth be told, if you're training yourself, most likely you're training 5 days a week. Okay, you would be surprised the amount of trainers I speak to, and I say, well, why are you signing up for people to 1 or 2 sessions a week? How many days a week do you train? Well, 5. Well, it's better to increase a habit by getting someone to train more frequently, even if it's over a short period of time, than spread out a budget of $500 or $1,000 over a long period and only wire in the habit of them training like 1 or 2 sessions a week. The truth be told, we need to wire in a new habit, which is more frequency. All right, people don't need. You will often come up with the answer that, well, I'm training 5 days a week. And so that's another discussion too, because in the group environment, oftentimes what you can do is you can start to get people to train more frequently, where maybe on max, you might see a client where you train them 3 days a week. And the thought of you training a client for 5 days a week, one-to-one, you just don't want to do it or even offer it. So, this is something that we really love to implement with our clients, and especially with those who have studios and have already got some assets and already got things moving. This is one thing I'm going to say to you guys, which is, when you're willing to change your business model and you're willing to get uncomfortable and you're willing to get help and get guidance and you're willing to freaking invest in yourself and get the guidance, then massive ascension and growth can happen. If you're not willing to do those things, and you're not willing to make the uncomfortable steps and get the guidance, then you'll always carry on what you're doing because it's comfortable. And until the pain gets strong enough for you to make the change, you'll always continue with what you're doing. Again, I just want to reiterate, do I think that one-to-one is negative? No, of course not. Absolutely not. 100% not. What I'm saying is if you're on this video and if you look at the sign behind me which says Fitpreneurs, okay, that is, it lets you know that this is about being an entrepreneur. It's about being a business owner. There's a very big difference between a fitness business owner and someone who wants to work and just train clients. Okay, we have to look at the separation between those two things. So when it comes to your time management and you're finding that, well, I'm procrastinating or I don't have much time and I'm burnt out, it comes down to the business model that you've got in place. Okay, something I'm also going to say, which I want to talk about, hey Steve, on selling, and I've spoken about this multiple times, but I'll bring it up again and again just to wire it in, which is people don't care about blocks. People don't care about per session. Okay, they care about the outcome. What is the outcome that you are offering? What is the end result that they want? And once you start to offer and sell the end result and the outcome, what's going to happen is you're going to find that your clients are more committed. They're going to want to pay and invest at a high level. You're not going to be thinking to yourself, when do I get paid next? So you start to put in that a little bit of extra effort when suddenly you know that another check is due or another payment is due. Why? Because people have got skin in the game and they're invested in an outcome. Really, really important. So remember, people don't care about the time. People are focused on the outcome and getting themselves committed to the outcome that they want to deliver. So this is a lot of unconditioning that needs to happen within the industry. And I'm glad to say that when we get our clients, our VIP clients, to start implementing a new sales process and a new business model, it's the combination of the mindset, the right business model, the sales process, and then obviously the marketing and the lead generation that gets the ascension and the growth. And that's something else which I think is worth talking about, which is leads. I know I'll do other Facebook Lives specifically around the topic of lead generation and attracting people. That comes from a lot around confidence and also its strategy and its consistency. But the whole confidence piece affects video, putting yourself out there, posting on social media. There's no shortage of strategy. If you want some strategy around lead generation, then read a copy of the book, The New Encyclopedia of Modern Fitness Business Building, or the 10K in 10 Days series. But better still, check out the training, fitpreneurs.com/triple, about tripling your income, okay? Because it's going to lay out and explain a lot more things than I can share with you in this training. Post into the comments below. Let's turn this on a Friday afternoon into a bit of Q&A. Whatever you want to ask me, or you want to ask this little pup down here, whatever you want to ask, surrounding your business, surrounding your life, surrounding something that maybe you're stuck on, do you want a different perspective on, an idea, this would be your opportunity. Post into the comments below and let me know what you got going on in your business. And again, I'm just here to serve you guys, but just remember, in order to get exponential results, then the best thing to do is reach out and be willing to reach out for help and get guidance. And then you're going to save yourself so much time, effort, and energy because you've got the support of an amazing community and actual coaching to be able to hold you accountable to the things that maybe you said that you've wanted to do over the past 3, 6, 12 months, but you've not actually done. And it's so easy to say that we're going to do things, but when we've got someone to hold our ass to the fire and start to reframe some of those beliefs, then you can actually start to get the life that you dreamed of and the freedom that you want, and not have so many of the stresses around money and am I even going to be able to pay my bills, or shifting yourself and your business to a whole nother level. Maybe right now you're watching this and you want to transition and open your own studio, and you want to actually, or maybe you've got a studio and you need to get a better system and structure behind that. Definitely check out the training, fitpreneurs.com/triple. It's a free training I've put together very recently, and also talks about something which I wrote in Forbes, Forbes.com, around gamification and how that is really important to help speed up and develop results with your clients. Fitpreneurs has evolved so much over the past 12 months. Why? Because I've brought in other team members. We started improving accountability. We started to gamify it, make it more fun. Because truth be told, so many people find running a business a bit of a ball ache. Maybe you went into the industry and you just love to help people and you love to help them get fit, but maybe the business side for you can be a bit stressful. The marketing, or how do I get leads? How do I do all of that? Well, when you've got the system in front of you and you've got a process to follow, it becomes a lot easier. Plus, when you're actually part of a community that's fun, that's dynamic, that has other people with a like-minded mindset, then you can get much better growth, not only in the business, but also personally. And that's a big thing too. If you're not working with your clients on mindset, just understand then, you're able to serve them at a much deeper level once you start to implement some of those strategies ourselves. And actually in the video, if you check out on the feed yesterday, I did a video all around excuses and the top 10 excuses that, we bring up so many different times throughout our personal lives and in our business that stops us from growing. So post into the comments below, and let's have some of your questions around maybe one-to-one personal training, maybe around growing your studio. Do you know that you need to make a change, but you've just been putting it off? Then I would love to know in the comments below. So just to reiterate, in today's video, we have talked about one-to-one personal training. If you just joined, then check out the replay. It will be up very soon on Facebook. And we've talked about one-to-one personal training and the importance of, if you want to grow your income and shift so that it ascends every single month, then most likely you will need to start to adjust and switch to a semi-private model that gains you more leverage. Leverage being the optimum word. Leverage meaning something which you're able to scale because you're freeing up your time. And of course, when you free up that time and you've got something where you're switching from one-to-one to a group, then that gives you the ability to work on your business and start to focus on marketing and maybe stepping back and bringing in a team member. But when you're in it all the time and you're up at early in the morning, you've got clients at 6 and you're working through till, maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night, that creates a big challenge because you've only got so much energy to give. And when you're depleted, you're not able to effectively market and even think properly because you just probably want to eat. You need to get your training sessions in, and then you find yourself, you're going around a loop, and maybe a weekend's hit, and then you just want to start to have some fun, which is completely understandable. So what keeps most people held back is the incorrect business model. If you want to reach out to me personally, head to fitpreneurs.com, facebook.com/boylovell, BOYLOVELL. But what I'm going to do right here, right now, is put in here www.fitpreneurs.com/triple, and let me just try this again. Fitpreneurs.com/triple, and I've put together a free training for you, which is going to take you through the business model, which can help you to create more freedom, get more clients, and start to become happier and more financially free in your fitness business. Check out fitpreneurs.com/triple. As always, guys, it's been a pleasure serving you, and hopefully you found it valuable today. You got a couple of insights. As always, reach out, facebook.com/boylovell. Let me just put that on the screen. You can always follow me personally over on Facebook. Let me just add that, www.facebook.com/boylovell. Always good to connect with you over there. And if you follow me there, I think I'm at my friend limit. So if you just follow and check out my updates, or of course send me a private message if you want to move forward. I would love to help. If you're watching this and you feel like now is a fantastic time for you to get proper help in your business, just shoot me go to facebook.com/boylovell to say, Simon, I need some help. I would like some coaching, some mentorship, some kick-ass guidance and bullshit calling from the team in a loving way, of course. Then we can get you started on Monday and get your business moving to a much bigger level. Head to facebook.com/boylovell, follow, send me a private message, and just be very clear and say, yeah, I want to get moving forward. Probably jump on a quick call, and your business could accelerate just as much as the testimonials over at fitpreneurs.com/testimonials. If you head there, check out some of the amazing stories. And just also, guys, when you view those stories, do not think for a second that can't be you. Mark says, would a 50% one-to-one biz and a 50% semi-private biz be a good start for most coaches? I definitely think it's a better start than going 100% one-to-one. So a 50-50 split is definitely something you want to do. Also, though, it depends on the price points that you're offering at. Okay, so that's going to be a determining factor. I always look at what is the financial income goal first. Why why do you want to hit that goal? Where are you trying to go? You've got to look at the bigger picture of where you want to go. Like, what do you want the income to bring you? Is it because you want to travel? Is it because you want to buy a house? Like, you've got to look at your goals first. Then you've got to look at the income that you need to generate those goals. So maybe you want to write actually these things down. This is a great topic, Mark. First of all, write down, what do you want? Okay, what do you want? Do you want to move countries? Do you want to get a new house? Do you want to buy a new car? Do you want to take some holidays? Get specific around what you're desiring. If you want a studio, do you know the specifics that you want to open that? Until you get clear around where you're going, you can honestly know what the right business model is to be able to support and facilitate that growth. Okay, so once you know where you're going, and the truth is most people just have no idea. Maybe you're working with clients and it's like, well, what are we shooting for? What's the goal? You need to set goals with your clients. So first things first, get clear around what you want. Not based on your on you restricting yourself, but truly, like, what do you want to create for yourself personally? Then we need to work out what income and what revenue do you need to generate on a monthly basis to start to move forward towards that, and then set some accountability and some consequences for actually reaching those things. Okay? Then we can work out, okay, is the 50-50, for example, going to facilitate that, or would it need to be an alteration? So rather than stabbing something in the dark and going, well, 50-50 might be a good way to go, it would be good to know specifically what your goals are, Mark. And also, Mark, that's also down to, again, I said at the start of the call, one-to-one isn't wrong, but you got to be happy in your business. It's pointless anyone having the semi-private model in their business, what I'm suggesting, if you love doing one-to-one, and that's your passion and that's what you love to do. I as much as I can advise someone on growing their business, the truth be told, the business owner has to be happy and fulfilled. So I'm happy to say that my clients that switch to that model typically seem to be very happy because they're being paid what they're worth. They've now freed up their time. They're now able to start to invest in certain things, start to get more towards financial freedom, and finally they can relax a little bit, and that's about it. Relaxing, because the freedom part, what we have to remember, guys, is that word freedom is thrown around a lot, but really the reason why people want the freedom so much is because especially in this industry, you're giving so much and you don't give yourself the time for self-care to be able to recuperate and energize. You would be so surprised in the amount of trainers that I speak to that have not taken a freaking holiday ever, right? Because why is that, by the way? Well, when you're doing one-to-one and you're working with clients all throughout the day, you will shit your pants if you have to go on a holiday and tell your clients that you're going away, because you're losing revenue all the time. That's the reason why to grow a business. Because once you start to do semi-private, and then maybe you bring in a trainer to work for you, then you start to actually grow a business and an enterprise where you can step away and potentially in the future take 2 weeks off where you've got a team running for you. Now, if that's a goal and that's an end goal, you need to stipulate right this second, that's where I want to be, Simon. I want to be in a position where I've got a team. I didn't start off on my own, but I built a team. And I'm saying this passionately because guys, you've got to get over your own bullshit and stop complaining around the situation and actually go, do you know what? This is where I want to be. I need to make some changes. Because if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, it's not going to change 3, 6, 12 months, 3 years from now if you're doing the same thing. So if we look at the majority of the industry that's struggling financially and saying to me, Simon, I've got no time, I'm stressed out, I'm not earning any money, master sales, master marketing, get some accountability, get some support, change the business model, and make a decision today, specifically, what do you want? But most people don't take the time to sit back and go, what do I want to create? What do I want to create for myself? Okay, so once you know exactly where you're going, then you can start to put it out there and start to create it. But clarity is something missing from so many people. Thank you for joining me. As always, it's a pleasure. Head to fitpreneurs.com, apply for the breakthrough call. If you're committed, if you are committed and dedicated to get results, here's something I will say about being a Fitpreneurs client, okay? And it is an elite coaching program. It's not like anything that most likely you've experienced. It's not an information product. It's an elite coaching program. Then here are some things that you're going to need to know if you want to be doing 10,000 a month or more, or 15,000 a month, or helping the maximum amount of people. number one, okay, you must be willing to have a group model in your business model, okay? Number two, you must be willing to do regular video content. You must be willing to put yourself out there, and maybe you've got some fears right now. We'll help you get over those. Number three, okay, you must be willing to practice self-care. We actually care about you. We want you to be able to get results and generate revenue, but it's pointless if you're unhappy because you're not practicing self-care. So we advocate things like meditation and actually you taking care of yourself. So that's really key. You've got to be willing to implement systems. A business will grow or die based on the systems that are either working or not working in the business. So do you have systems? We're going to help you implement those systems. The next thing is you've got to be cool. You don't be drama. We don't like anyone who's got ego, okay, too much ego, right? Just be cool. Be coachable. You have to be coachable. Also, you have to be willing to fill out a weekly accountability form. Okay, we track the data, just so you know, and this will maybe help you with your business. We track the data, and those that don't fill out an accountability form every single week, it affects their results. So we have a thing called red flags. So if you don't fill out an accountability form, we don't know what the problem is. You've got to also show up to group calls and also one-to-one calls with your coach who's going to be guiding you through a 12-week, most likely a 12-week or year-long process. This is also about you being willing to do a personal deep dive into your own self-development, okay, self-development and life. I want to create a new level of leader, all right? So this is not just about lifting weights. This is about becoming a badass leader that really wants to change more lives, and that's going to mean investing in yourself, getting outside of your comfort zone, getting shit scary, and really starting to position yourself as like a freaking elite leader. Okay, you can be a personal trainer or you can be a freaking elite leader. And we want to create more and more elite leaders. Those that believe that fitness is one component of true transformation. The second component, nutrition. The third component, a commitment to this, working on the mind, knowing that that's actually what gets results. Because you can get someone who's shredded, but honestly, how many people are there shredded that beat their girlfriend up? Okay, how many people are shredded but they have a bad attitude? How many people are shredded and fit but don't have their shit together, okay? Fitpreneurs is about helping people to be able to be amazing leaders, okay? Which is about building in this piece, which is really what actually determines the quality of a leader, is the thinking of a leader, okay? If you're interested in taking mentorship through Fitpreneurs, head to fitpreneurs.com/breakthrough and apply for the breakthrough call, okay? You've got to be just of the attitude of let's just go, okay? It's not like it's a no fluff program, and we have a pretty strong filtering process around that. So if you feel that's you, check it out. Otherwise, check out the training too, fitpreneurs.com/triple, and connect with me. Follow me, facebook.com/boylovell. As always, a pleasure to be serving you guys wherever you're watching from. Have an amazing weekend. Keep hustling, never give up. Remember, you came into this industry to serve, to help people, to change more lives, and continue to do that because not everyone made the decision that you did, but you did. Take it easy.